Hi, beautiful Virgo. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Virgo, this is your monthly read for March of 2023. And we're going to start with this overall energy and see what's really going on for you. Like, what is the basis for March for you? And then really dive into those energies. I also want to remind you or tell you that I'm doing personal readings at this time. So if you're interested, please send me a message. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps me a lot. Also, there's a new super chat or something like that is called. I don't understand it just yet, but you can support the channel by clicking this little, I don't know if it's a dollar sign or this little thingy that supports the channel. Okay, you have Face Your Fears that is coming out. And who had this? Who had this? Is it Taurus? Or was it Gemini? I think it might be in Gemini. Okay, let's see what this is for you. Release the power of fear. So what I'm feeling with this, like, I'm just getting that the power within you is a little bit frozen. The power within you is a little bit frozen. It's so interesting because we have like so we see the blue here. The blue for me represents the stagnation, or like it's a little bit frozen. And the horse, the powerful horse there, is showing up in blue as well. But your mind, your brain is like in all these colors. It is like, it's so readily, like it's just, it's almost like your mind is ready to have something to sort of bite into. Does that make any sense? It's like, I don't feel like you're on autopilot. I don't feel like you're on autopilot, Virgo. I just feel like you have a mind that's brilliant. You're the calculating, planning, structuring, you want to, if you're starting a new business, you want the Virgo on your team. If you want to like have order and structure, hire a Virgo, because like Virgos they're so into details and to discover the little like nuances and all of that. Like nothing passes a Virgo by. It just doesn't. Of course there's coloring to everything, but like the typical Virgo. And so I just feel like you have this brilliant mind, and the mind is not shut down in any way. The mind is really flourishing, and it's really like the rainbow colors. It's really active. But there's something that doesn't allow for you, like there's a stagnation when it comes to your true powers. Does this make any sense? Your true powers is a little bit on pause, or on it's a little bit frozen, and it's starting to, we see the red or the orange coming in here, and it's like your mind is so ready. So it's more a feeling of, okay, so your body just needs to be more acclimate itself to this power. Your heart even needs to acclimate yourself to this power. It's like your mind has always been in on it. Like your mind is not the problem. So if I were to say, like, to probably every other sign, I would say, like, your brain needs to, like, you need to change your thoughts about this. You need to change your thoughts around the situation, or your belief system around the situation, because it's sort of not up to par or up to speed with what you're trying to do here. Your mind is not the problem, Virgo. Your brain is not the problem. There's not really a problem here. I just want to say that. If there's anything that needs catching up, it's your body. It's like your physical body needs catching up, or it's your heart that needs catching up to this power. Does this make any sense? Let's go deeper here and see what this is about, Virgo. We have the moon cycles there also. It's like the moon plays a big part in this change, in this transformation, in this like allowing your physical body to come to life, to come to its full right. Interesting message. What do we have for a Virgo here, please? I think it was like Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. Aries, Taurus, and Gemini felt quite like, sometimes I just feel like it's just one big collective read from beginning to the end. Like if you were to listen to every single sign, you probably would get something out of it, because it's like a one big thread through them all. This time for the month of March is so interesting, because it felt like Aries, Taurus, and Gemini were sort of similar. And then Cancer just sort of dropped a bomb. Like it was just such a different reading. And then Leo was such a different reading, like not matching the Cancer. And then Virgo, so different from Leo, like as of yet. Like it's very different here today. Doesn't mean that there's not a red thread here, or there's a thread through it all, but yeah, okay. Knight of Gabriel. Time to take action. Great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing just what to do. This is a quick moving energy. This is an energy, it's not necessarily a surprise, but it's like when something comes in rather quickly and changes things around, and it's like it's time for you to act on it. So that can even be like a signal, like something, a calling, an inspired signal just coming in saying like it's time to act on this signal, or this impulse is what I'm looking for. This impulse is coming, so it's like time to take action. Together with this though, it just feels like how do I say this? It's like it's such a precise message here today, but maybe it just needs to be so very precise. And maybe it's not for every Virgo, my beautiful Virgo nation. This might not be for every Virgo today. It might be that someone just really needs this special message. Because we have 8 of Ariel here, which is about, like, take great pride in your excellent work. Practice makes perfect. Consider getting additional education or training. I just feel for your mind, like you've practiced everything that you possibly can intellectually. Like I said, your mind is not the problem here. Your brain is not the problem here. There's something with, now we're inviting literally the physical body. Get back up on the horse. Put yourself out there. Get in the game. Like I'm getting these phrases like take action. So this might be that you've been in hermit mode for a while, in solitude for a while, and you've read up on everything that's like, it's not that you haven't engaged yourself in things, or that you haven't been involved in things. You might even have been involved with people in situation, like in life in general, like people are, but not really invested, almost like a child that comes to class and the class just bore the life out of them. There's just so much more to the child than the class will ever be able to give them. So they show up for the class, they're there, but their mind is like completely somewhere else. And so they are not invested in what they're doing. And I'm not asking anyone, not Virgo or any child, to sort of invest in a class that they're not interested in. I'm just saying, I'm comparing it to, you've done your own thing, like you've been a part of life, and you've done your own thing while sort of almost like being in a bubble right next to everyone else. You're at the grocery store and you're there with other people, but you're not engaged, you're not invested. And it's almost like you've taken a time out for yourself. You have still kept your intellectual mind going. You've still read up on things, maybe watching YouTube videos, maybe read into things, maybe like taking lectures and whatever. Your intellectual mind is really there and really ripe for the next level. But then it's like it's like from here and down that your body is a little bit checked out. Does this make sense? And it's time to get back into the game. It's time to engage with the people. It's time to get back up on the horse. It's time to take action. And for whatever reason, you need to bring your, of course, I understand, for whatever reason, you need to bring your physical body. Yeah, or you won't show up. But I mean, for whatever reason, there's like as much time as you put into understanding things. And Virgo, here's the thing. If you were to put a similar amount of time in taking care of your physical body, asking what it needs, listening to what it needs, and really implement what it needs in the same amount or same time or same capacity as you nurture your beautiful Virgo mind, oh my God, the physical body. There's something about now the physical body, we need to have the same empowerment in your physique as you have with your mind. I don't know if you've gone so far to neglect your body, to not really listen to what it wants, whether that is like in the way of movement, circulation for your body, what you feed your body with, what you're drinking or not eating. That there might even be a neglect there. It's just asking you, like, there's so much about the intellect. The mind is just done. It's just congratulations, beautiful job, awesome. Now it's time to take action. It's time to move forward and really incorporate the power in your physical body. I know this might sound really weird to some people, but check in with yourself if there's even a fear of becoming the most beautiful you can be. Does that make any sense? That there's a fear to become beautiful. There's a fear to have the best physical physique, the best physical body. I'm not talking about superficial stuff. I'm just talking about putting your physical body in the best shape it ever could be. And if you put the same amount on your physical body as you put on your mind, or on your intellect, or on information, or structuring or planning for your physical body as you do for everything else. Oh my sweet Lord, the physical body would be so happy. And there's something about, well, I can't do this, I can't be in the game, or I can't take action, I can't do that, I can't show up for that because of my physical body. It sounds a little bit like face your fears. There's a little bit of a holding back and blaming or making excuses because the body can't show. And whether that is you feeling like the body's so out of shape, I don't want to show up for any type of relationship. I don't want to be in the dating game because I'm not happy with myself right now, or like I'm not happy with the body right now. No, I can't participate in that exercise because my knees are bad, or like or anything. It's like, no, I can't go for a run because my condition these days. Well, that's probably why you need a run, or just a feeling of being tired because you're just feeding it the wrong things. And so that's sort of a cop out. You then don't have to engage really in life. You can sort of just hide away a little bit. I hope this makes sense to someone. It's time to take action. It's time to engage and sort of bring the whole you, the whole Virgo, into the game. If you want to, obviously. No one forces you, but this is the message today for the month of March. Can we go deeper into this? There's the clarification. It's a general read, but it's very specific here today. I guess the question is, could you do more for your physical body? A yes or a no? Virgo, clarification, please. This deck is mainly for the heart. I just thought we'll just bring the heart into this because we need the heart, the mind to go into your heart and the mind to go into your physical body. Okay. And what comes out? Manifest. The Magician, like playing with the ethereal. Look at that. Just the energies here, playing with it and creating love, creating a heart. See how that's coming into a heart up there? Number 1, new beginning. I'm going to read from the book for this. I think it's the very first card of the entire deck, but there's actually one before the 0, which is trust. And then we have manifest. Okay, keywords to this card is act, time to act, create, focus, magic, clarity, and intent. I love this. This is a time of great power for you. See? The manifest card is like, you don't believe me. See what I'm telling you? So annoying. The manifest card is here to tell you that anything is possible. The manifest card is here to tell you that anything is possible. You have all the tools at your disposal to create whatever you desire. You have a variety of tools that can be put to good use. Nothing wrong with this one. The ability to love unconditionally, to support, to cherish, to listen, to understand, to forgive, to be kind, to be joyful, and even to be silly. All of these are useful tools in managing affairs of the heart. Take some time to determine what your best tools are so that you can, cliffhanger, so that you can use them to work your own unique brand of magic around relationships. Before using these tools to manifest your desires, take some time to be clear on exactly what you want. A magician is always focused on his or her intent before working magic. Yeah, I just saw this like, oh, what are you trying to do? I have no idea. So I guess there's need to be an intent to create love, or an intent. Out of thin air comes what you ask it to be. Out of thin air comes what you ask it to be. A magician is always focused on his or her intent before working magic. You have the ability to manifest what you desire now, so take a moment so there's total clarity. What do you truly need and want? Is it in your highest good? ? Is it in the highest good of the other person? Will it harm anyone? Magic and manifestation are powerful. When you come from a place of love, you will generate love. Be clear, be honest in your intent, and take action to manifest your heart's desire. There's the take action again. Be clear and be honest in your intent. What do you want, Virgo? And take action to manifest your heart's desire. You have what it takes to achieve this. An affirmation to this card is, I use my power to manifest deliberately and with clear intent. And I just thought of this woman. I had this phone session, this private session with a woman the other day. And she was, she's a little bit older. And she's been living on her own for such a long time, like, I don't know, 15 years or something. And she's asking to do this. Like, she's asking to be the magician. She's asking to bringing a relationship into her life. And she wondered, what is it that I'm doing that he is not coming? Why is he not coming? And we started to look into that a little bit, like, okay, what could be in the way here? What blocks do we have? And on the other end of that story, we're becoming quite clear that she doesn't know for sure if she wants a relationship, because she's put so many things into him being wrong. Then asking, I was like, you do know that you can ask for whatever you want. She was like, yeah, sure. I'm on board. I know that. So why do you ask for someone that is not gonna put up with your, routine? Why do you ask for someone that absolutely 100% have to move in with you? Why don't you ask for someone that also wants to have a relationship, that wants to live separately? It's like, we're the magician here, Virgo. And you can ask for whatever you want. But there's something in that story that is like, you don't go full force ahead asking for what you want, because you think in the showing up of it, it might compromise you somehow. Does that make any sense? It's like she wants this relationship, but she keeps it away because when this relationship shows up, he might not be what she wants. And it's like, you have the ability to ask for what you want. So why don't you sort of see the image of what he is rather than what he isn't? So that you can continue to ask and let him in instead of holding him out because you think he's going to be wrong for you. And whatever that is, like, it doesn't have to be necessarily relationships, but whatever that is, because it's a general read here, Virgo. So if this is like, you ask for more friendships in your life, or you ask for more opportunity in your life, you ask for more money in your life, whatever you ask for, you think in the showing up of it, and in being given the powers of what you ask for, is like, I don't know. So I might just have my physical body be a little bit out of shape, so I don't have to deal with what I'm asking for actually coming in. I'm actually going to use, I probably have used her once before, another story that just came to mind as well. Like, one of my closest friends, she wrote this children's book, like a really beautiful Swedish children's book. And for the longest time, she just couldn't like make it be printed. And she was like, I was like, what are you doing then to have it like be printed? Or someone just wanting to take the book and print it so she could start to sell it, like just have it out there. She's like, no, I sent it to various bookshops and various like publishers and whatever, and they like, no, they're not that interested. And there's like, how many? Well, maybe it was 2. I was like, it might just be the wrong publisher. It might just be like, what is this really about? Do you want to have your book published? Yeah, of course. Do you want to have it out there? Like, do you want mainstream to know about your book? Of course I do. Okay, so what is the problem? And she's like, well, if it becomes a thing, like they actually do publish my book, and it becomes a name. What if it becomes a name? Yeah, then what? Isn't that what you want? Well, what if and then she used the name of the local newspaper, like, what if they call me and want an interview with me and like want to talk about the book? I was like, yeah, wouldn't that be great? She's like, I don't know if I want to be interviewed by newspaper people. I have stuff to do. I have Netflix to watch and stuff. And it's like you think this thing. I was like, do you realize do you have it for first and foremost? Don't plan for the most awkward things to happen for you if you think that's awkward. If you feel like that is the wrong thing for you, why do you even play out that scenario? Why not play out what you want to happen with your book instead of what you don't want to happen? You're like, that's an idea. And then also, like, you have the right to say no. Just because you've become this phenomena. Let's see this children's book in Sweden becomes this phenomena, and all the people in the world just wants to talk to you about it. You have the right to say, you know what? I wrote this book. It's for all the children to read, or the parents to read for their children, but I'm not up for interviews. Like, that's just not my thing. You have the right to say that. Like, you have the right to say no. It's almost like we think once the opportunity just sort of comes in over us, and we need to step into our full power here, and then we need to say yes to everything, every single thing that comes along. No, you don't. You have the right to say no. You have the right to say yes to whatever you want to say yes to. So there's something here, instead of not incorporating your body, like, there's such an easier way to allow for your entire power to come. Like, you can't neglect this big part of yourself, this physical part of yourself, your vehicle for like being able to walk around on this planet, that is so powerful, that is so like, it is the magician. It has so many unique talents that we probably have barely just scratched the surface of, that is waiting to come alive. And for whatever reason, you're holding some powers away from you by shutting down the physical body and saying, like, the physical body is not in on it, so therefore I can't do, etc., etc. It's way better to sort of bring in the physical body and have it be everything that it can be. And so then when you get truly into your powers and things really get moving for you, you have the right to say no. And just because you come into everything that you can be, like it started out saying, is there even a little bit of a fear to be the most beautiful that you can be? Are you going to draw attention to you? And is that a little bit scary? Like you don't want to be seen, so you sort of dim yourself down a little bit. I played that game. That's why I'm saying that might sound a little bit crazy for certain people. When I discovered that one about myself, I was like, what am I doing? I'm playing myself down so that I don't get attention. Why? And obviously you need to answer that. Maybe that's not for everyone. I'm just throwing that out there. But at least get your physical body like in the best shape it's ever been, in what it's asking about, what it's asking for it to be the best that it can be. And just because you come into all your glory, all your power, you're becoming this. You're becoming the freaking magician, and everything gets moving for you in every single area. You have the right to say no. What a different message here today for the month of March. Okay, we're going to have some final messages from your angels. Final messages from your angels for Virgo, please. Time to take action. Time to reap what you've sown and bring the entirety of you with you. You know, bringing sickness into your world, or bringing illness, or bringing lack, or bringing physical just blockage in any form because you can't deal with the beauty of things. It is so much easier to just bring the beauty of you in all areas, and then practice saying yes to what you're ready for and no to what you're not ready for, and that you have the right to do so. Because it's so meaningless to create sickness just as a way to, I know we're taught that way. We're taught to, like, you have to show up. Like, you have to be in school if you're not sick. And so if you don't want to be in school, guess what children do? They create sickness. Because that's the only way that allows for them to not go. And it's real sickness. They're magicians too. Final message here. Remain positive and not the right time. You know, in any other case, I would say that not the right time, it means that it's not the right time right now. But every single thing we had here is like, take action. It's time for action. It's time to get out of your solitude, get out of your hermit mode, bring all of you with it. When the signal comes, like, act on it. So not the right time. And remain positive next to each other. Not the right time today means you have the right to say, because look at this, like, remain positive. You have all these gifts, all this beauty in your hands. It's just sitting right there. Everything is coming to you. And here we have a person with open arms, like all the beauty is coming into them. They have everything. They're standing in their power. They're bringing all of them in, not just the mind, but the body and everything. And then some beautiful person comes to, they want a little piece of you because you're everything. And you have the right to say, I hear you, thank you so much for the question, but it's just not the right time. But you can be all of this anyway. You can be all of this anyway, Virgo. A little bit of a different message here for Virgo today, I have to say. I hope it resonated with some of you. Thank you so much for watching, Virgo. Happy March month.